Hey there. If you're working your way through the Associate Project Manager Apprenticeship, you have absolutely heard of the PMP, the Project Management Plan. It's a huge part of what we do, and it's also a key piece of knowledge, K11 to be exact, that you've got to master. So today, we're going to crack it wide open, step by step, so you can go from where do I even start to I got this, let's dive in.
Does this sound familiar? I bet it does. Meet Jody. She's an apprentice over at Ibis Stores, and she's just been handed a brand new marketing project. She's excited, but then her manager drops the letters PMP, and that excitement turns into that sinking feeling of, oh wow, where do I even begin?
So, we are going to follow Jody's journey. We'll see how she goes from feeling totally overwhelmed to feeling confident. And we're not just talking about creating a PMP. We're talking about how she learns to prove she has the skills for her apprenticeship portfolio. Now, for her manager, Riddle, this is a fantastic growth opportunity. But for Jody, yeah, it feels like a pop quiz she didn't study for. And you know what? That feeling is completely normal for an apprentice. But tackling this exact challenge is how you master one of the most powerful tools in project management. So, feeling a little lost, Jody does the smart thing. She reaches out to her mentor, Adam. And Adam's first job is to just demystify this whole PMP thing, make it way less intimidating, and start with the absolute basics. So Adam starts by explaining that at its core, the PMP is the single source of truth for the entire project. Now listen to this next part because it's key. It is not just some document you create at the beginning and then file away to collect dust. No, it's a living document. It breathes with the project, guiding every single decision from start to finish. And I love this analogy. You wouldn't let a construction crew just start throwing up walls without a blueprint, right? Of course not. The blueprint tells you everything. The dimensions, the materials, the layout. Well, the PMP does the exact same thing for your project. It's the master guide for everyone involved. So let's be really clear. This is not about paperwork for the sake of paperwork. A solid PMP gives your entire team and all your stakeholders a crystal clear, unified vision. It helps you spot potential risks before they turn into full-blown problems, and it gives you a solid framework for making smart decisions when things, inevitably go off script. Honestly, a good PMP is a direct line to project success. Next up, Adam shows Jody that the PMP isn't just a static document you look at once. It's an active tool, something you're going to use every single day to actually run the project. Let's break this down a bit. In the planning phase, it's your absolute foundation. For communication, it's your playbook. It tells everyone what they need to know and when. For risk, it's your early warning system. And when it comes to monitoring and controlling, it's your yardstick. It's where you keep your KPIs and milestones so you can actually measure if you're winning. It's literally the engine of project control. Okay, now let's bring in Jody's coach, Olivia. Now, if Adam, her mentor, was all about the what and the why, Olivia is all about the how. Her job is to help Jody take all this great theory and turn it into a real, practical skill she can use for the rest of her career and, of course, pass her apprenticeship. And this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Understanding the blueprint analogy is great, but how do you actually become the architect? Well, Olivia explains that competence doesn't come from reading about it. It comes from doing it. It's time for Jody to get her hands dirty. So Olivia gets Jody to roll up her sleeves with some real hands-on activities. She has her analyze PMPs from other projects, use templates to understand the structure, get feedback from her peers, which is so important, and even run simulated projects. This is how you build real-world skill and that rock-solid confidence. All right, now for the part that every apprentice needs to nail down, proving you can do the thing. It's not enough to know it, you have to show it. That means putting together a strong portfolio of evidence, probably using a system like Aptem, to show you've truly mastered that K11 knowledge standard. This right here is gold. It breaks down exactly what great evidence looks like. So you've got your actual work output, right? The PMP you created, that's crucial. But just as important, maybe even more important, is that reflection report. That's your chance to tell the story, to explain your thinking, the hurdles you overcame, and what you learned along the way. That combo is what screams competence to an assessor. And now, the final hurdle, the endpoint assessment, or EPA. Olivia knows this is coming, so she starts prepping Jody by running through the kinds of questions an assessor is probably going to ask about the PMP. It's all about connecting the dots between theory and practice. Here is a classic EPA question. Now notice, it's not just asking, what's in a PMP? It's asking you to apply that knowledge to a really tricky part of project management, dealing with people and their expectations. A killer answer here would hit all these points. You'd explain that the PMP gets rid of any confusion. Everybody knows what success looks like, who's doing what, and how they're going to be kept in the loop. And when changes happen, there's a formal process, so there are no nasty surprises. It's all about building transparency and trust.
Okay, let's try another one. This question gets right into the nitty-gritty, the day-to-day use of the plan. It's designed to see if you view the PMP as a real, living management tool.
To absolutely ace this, you'd want to paint a picture. You'd say something like, look, I treat the PMP as my project's dashboard. I use its milestones and KPIs to see if we're on track. I'm constantly comparing our actual performance against what we planned. It shows that you're not just reacting to problems, you're proactively managing the project, using the PMP as your guide. That shows you're in control. And just look at Jody now. By following this whole path, from understanding the what, to practicing the how, to preparing to prove it, she has totally flipped the script. That initial anxiety is gone, replaced with real earned confidence. She's not just ready for her EPA, she's ready to be a fantastic project manager.
So as we wrap up, I'm going to leave you with a little something to chew on. We always focus on the big three, right? Scope, schedule, budget. But what's the one part of a PMP, maybe it's the communications plan, maybe it's quality management, that you think gets overlooked the most, but actually has the biggest impact on whether a project succeeds or fails? Have a think on that as you start building your own PMPs. Thanks so much for tuning in.